This question is this athlete dependent in refusing to quit competition by Decker Toss. Like, so the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this question in 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Olympic swimmer Olympic swimmer Jordan Hayes stood at the edge of the pool, water dripping from his lean, muscular body. His coach stared at him in disbelief. "You can't be serious. You're 8 months pregnant, and you want to compete at nationals."
Wow, MS Pennant in C1 to combine nationals. Wow.
Jordan adjusted his swim cap and replied with unwavering determination. "I didn't train for 10 years to quit now. I'm swimming, and I'm winning."
Ooh.
Jordan Hayes was a name everyone in competitive swimming knew. At 29, he'd won 12 national championships, broken 5 American records, and qualified for 2 Olympic teams. Swimming wasn't just his career, it was his identity, his purpose, his entire life. Jordan had been swimming since he was 6 years old. By high school, he was breaking state records. By college, he was competing internationally. His specialty was the 200-meter freestyle, where his powerful stroke and relentless endurance made him nearly unbeatable. People who knew Jordan described him as obsessively dedicated. He trained 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. He followed a strict nutrition plan. He studied video footage of his races, analyzing every movement, every breath, every millisecond. Swimming was everything. Jordan's personal life was secondary to his sport. He'd had a few relationships over the years, but none lasted. Most people couldn't handle dating someone whose entire life revolved around chlorine and competition. Then, 2 years ago, Jordan met Casey Mitchell at a sports medicine conference. Casey was a physical therapist specializing in athletic injuries. They connected over their shared obsession with peak performance and pushing human limits. The relationship developed slowly. Casey understood Jordan's dedication to swimming. Casey didn't demand time Jordan couldn't give. They built something that worked around Jordan's training schedule. Last summer, during a rare 2-week break from competition, Jordan and Casey spent time together at a lakeside cabin. It was intimate, relaxed, and uncomplicated. Neither thought much about protection because Jordan had always been told his chances of pregnancy were extremely low given his athletic body and hormone levels. 3 months later, everything changed. It started with unusual fatigue. Jordan, who normally powered through brutal training sessions without breaking a sweat, found himself exhausted after warm-ups. His times were slipping. His coach, Rebecca Torres, noticed immediately. "You're half a second slower on your turns," Rebecca said after practice one day. "What's going on? Are you sick?" "I don't know," Jordan admitted. "I just feel off."
You look like a baby bump.
Then came the nausea. Not constant, but frequent enough to disrupt his training schedule. He'd be mid-lap and suddenly need to stop, gripping the pool edge, fighting the urge to vomit. His body was changing too. His chest was tender. His abdomen felt bloated. He assumed it was inflammation from overtraining or a hormonal imbalance. At 12 weeks of symptoms, Rebecca insisted Jordan see a sports medicine doctor. "Something's wrong. We need to figure out what before nationals." Dr. Patricia Kim examined Jordan thoroughly. She ordered blood work, hormone panels, and an ultrasound of his abdomen to check for injuries or abnormalities. When she returned to the examination room, her expression was carefully neutral. "Jordan, I need to ask you something personal. Were you assigned female at birth?" Jordan's stomach dropped. "Yes, I'm transgender. I've been on testosterone for 8 years. "Why?" "Because you're pregnant. Approximately 14 weeks along based on the ultrasound." The room tilted. Jordan gripped the examination table.
Wow, congrats.
"That's impossible. I'm an athlete. I train 6 hours a day. I'm on testosterone. I haven't had a period in 7 years." Dr. Kim spoke gently. "Testosterone suppresses menstruation and reduces fertility, but it doesn't eliminate your reproductive organs. Elite athletes often experience amenorrhea, absence of periods, even without testosterone. Between your athletic training and hormone therapy, your body wasn't menstruating, but that doesn't mean your ovaries stopped functioning entirely. Breakthrough ovulation occurred. When sperm met egg, conception happened. Jordan thought back to the cabin. To Casey. To that weekend 3 months ago. 14 weeks, Jordan whispered. Nationals are in 12 weeks. Dr. Kim hesitated. Jordan, I need to be clear. Continuing athletic training during pregnancy, especially at your intensity level, carries significant risks. You need to stop training immediately. No, Jordan said firmly. Absolutely not. Jordan, you could miscarry. You could injure yourself. The physical stress. I've trained my entire life for nationals. I'm not stopping now. Jordan told Casey that night. Casey's reaction was shock, then concern, then something that looked like awe. You're pregnant? For 14 weeks? And you've been training this whole time. I didn't know, Jordan said. But now I do. And I'm not quitting. Casey looked at him like he was insane. Jordan, you heard the doctor. The risks. I know the risks. But I also know my body better than anyone. I've pushed it to limits most people can't imagine. I can do this. Do what? Compete
Really?
while pregnant. Yes. Casey was
Somebody was pregnant.
silent for a long moment. What about after? What about the baby? That was the question Jordan had been avoiding. He'd built his entire identity around being an athlete. A pregnancy, a child, those things didn't fit into that identity. But the baby was real, growing inside him, undeniable. I don't know, Jordan admitted. But right now, I'm focusing on nationals. I'll figure out the rest later. Jordan continued training with modifications. He couldn't hide the pregnancy from his coach. Rebecca needed to know for safety reasons. But they kept it private from the team and the media. If this gets out, the federation will pull you from competition, Rebecca warned. They'll say you're a liability. Then we don't tell them, Jordan said. Hiding a pregnancy while training for elite competition was harder than Jordan anticipated. His body was
Oof.
changing rapidly. His center of gravity shifted. His lung capacity decreased as the baby grew. His times continued to slip. But Jordan adapted. He adjusted his stroke mechanics to accommodate his changing body. He modified his breathing patterns. He trained smarter, not just harder. By 20 weeks, Jordan's abdomen was noticeably rounded. He wore loose team jackets and baggy shirts. He avoided full-body photos. When teammates commented that he looked like he'd gained weight, he blamed it on building muscle mass. Dr. Kim monitored the pregnancy closely, amazed that Jordan was maintaining such intense training. The baby was healthy. Jordan's body was adapting remarkably well. I've never seen anything like this, Dr. Kim admitted at Jordan's 24-week appointment. By all medical logic, this shouldn't be working. But somehow, you're managing. I'm an athlete, Jordan said simply. Managing the impossible is what I do. Nationals arrived when
Oof.
Jordan was 32 weeks pregnant.
Oh, 2 weeks. Oh,
His belly was unmistakable now, round, firm, pressing against his competition swimsuit. But somehow, he'd managed to keep it secret from everyone except his inner circle. The morning of his first race, Jordan stood in the locker room, staring at himself in the mirror. His pregnant belly was prominent even in his racing suit. There was no hiding it anymore. You can still pull out, Rebecca said quietly. No one will judge you. I'm not pulling out, Jordan said. I'm swimming. When Jordan walked onto the pool deck for the 200-meter freestyle preliminaries, the crowd's reaction was immediate. Whispers spread through the stands. Cameras focused on his obviously pregnant belly. Commentators stammered, trying to understand what they were seeing. That's Jordan Hayes, the defending champion. But, is he pregnant? Jordan ignored it all. He stepped onto the starting block, adjusted his goggles, and focused on the water. The starting buzzer sounded. Jordan dove. For the next 1 minute and 48 seconds, Jordan swam the race of his life. His stroke was powerful despite the extra weight. His turns were crisp. His breathing was controlled. He touched the wall and looked up at the time board. 1 minute and 48.32 seconds. A new personal best. A
wow.
new American record. The crowd erupted. Jordan pulled himself out of the pool,
Wow. Cool.
water streaming down his pregnant belly, and raised his fist in triumph. Jordan qualified for the finals that evening. But during
Uh-oh.
the afternoon rest period, something changed. He felt a dull ache in his lower back, pressure in his pelvis, a tightening sensation across his abdomen. I think I'm having contractions, Jordan told Casey. We need to go to the hospital, Casey said immediately. No, finals are in 4 hours. I'm swimming. Jordan, you're in labor, I'm aware. And I'm swimming anyway. The contractions continued throughout the
Wow.
afternoon. Jordan timed them between warm-up laps, 7 minutes apart, then 6, then 5. Dr. Kim arrived at the pool after Casey called her in a panic. She examined Jordan in a private training room. "You're at 4 centimeters," Dr. Kim said, her face pale. "Jordan, you need to go to the hospital now. You're going to give birth in the next few hours." "Then I'll give birth after I swim," Jordan said. "Finals start in 90 minutes. This is insane. This is my life," Jordan interrupted. "I've trained for this moment for 10 years. I'm not walking away when I'm 90 minutes from achieving everything I've worked for." Dr. Kim looked at Casey helplessly. Casey just shook his head. "You can't stop him. I've tried." Jordan stood on the starting block for the 200-meter freestyle finals. Contractions were 4 minutes apart now. His water hadn't broken yet, but he could feel the pressure building. The baby was coming soon. The other swimmers stared at him.
Wow.
The crowd was silent, shocked, unable to process what they were witnessing. The starting buzzer sounded. Jordan dove into the water and swam through the most intense pain he'd ever experienced. At the 100-meter turn, a contraction hit so hard he almost stopped. But he pushed through, his body on autopilot, years of muscle memory carrying him forward. He touched the wall, looked up, 1 minute and 47.89 seconds, another American record. His
Wow.
second of the day. Jordan pulled himself out of the pool. A contraction hit immediately, so intense he doubled over. His water broke, amniotic fluid mixing with pool water on the deck. "Hospital. Now," Dr. Kim said, already calling an ambulance. Jordan gave birth 4 hours later at the hospital.
Oh.
His daughter, Riley, arrived healthy, 6 pounds, 9 ounces. The medical staff was stunned that Jordan had competed in a national championship while in early labor. "You broke 2 American records while in active labor," Dr. Kim said, shaking her head in disbelief. That's unprecedented. That's
Mm.
impossible. "I'm an athlete," Jordan said, holding Riley against his chest.
Oh.
"The impossible is kind of my thing." The story exploded
That's
across
my thing.
media. "Pregnant athlete breaks 2 records while in labor" became international news. Some praised Jordan's determination. Others criticized him for taking unnecessary risks. Medical experts debated whether elite athletic training during pregnancy was safe or reckless. Jordan took 6 months off from competition to recover and bond with Riley. Casey moved in permanently. They figured out parenting together, messy, chaotic, nothing like the controlled discipline of athletic training. When Jordan returned to the pool 8 months later, his body was different. Softer in some places, stronger in others. He'd lost some speed but gained something else, perspective. He competed for 2 more years, winning 1 more national championship before
Wow.
retiring at 32. He became a coach, teaching young swimmers about dedication, perseverance, and pushing limits. Today, Riley is 3 years old. She loves water, though Jordan hasn't pushed her towards swimming. Jordan works as a coach and advocates for better support for pregnant athletes. His story changed policies in several sports federations regarding pregnancy and competition.
Really?
The medical explanation is clear. Jordan's body, conditioned by years of elite athletic training, adapted to pregnancy in extraordinary ways. His
Hmm.
cardiovascular fitness, muscular strength, and pain tolerance allowed him to do what seemed medically impossible.
Yep.
So here's my question for you. Was Jordan brave or reckless? Should athletes be
Well,
allowed to compete while pregnant? And what does his story tell us
depends.
about human limits and determination?
Yeah.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this story taught you something about pushing boundaries, share it. Because Jordan proved that limits are often just suggestions. He swam through labor, broke records while pregnant,
Mm.
and redefined what's possible,
Yep.
all while 8 months pregnant and refusing to quit.
Yep. Wow. So this athlete depended in refusing to quit competition by Douglas Toss. The link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out and drop a like if you like and comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new and click the bell so you can be notified for a minute below. And bye. Wow.